Lou, it's Daryl at 10 Foot Truck Good Attitude Services. Oh. And I'm heading out. Just did a labor moving since the truck is still has to go to the shop. The last customer that I worked with before the truck broke down, she has a lot of work to do. So it's going to be, I had to go do a bunch of moving around her house, getting stuff organized, moving some appliances, and then I'll be she's giving me the appliances. They're really nice, actually. They're commercial appliances, so I'm going to be going picking those up. Oh, it's transferring. So anyway, she was going to donate them, and they're commercial grade, and they're really nice. So I said I'll take them. So I'm going to get a really nice washer, commercial washer, commercial dryer. I'm going to get a nice refrigerator with a big freezer, and possibly a dishwasher. So I'm going to be installing that if I can move that, and then some cabinets. So, and then doing another removal job, and then some more moving, and then she's going to be doing. It needs a lot of landscaping work, so I'm going to be doing some landscaping when the weather gets better for that. So this customer, very nice. Like I'm talking about repeat customers. I mean, you can't beat it when it comes to repeat customers. And one thing about this job is I don't need a truck. Today I didn't need a truck at all. So sometimes labor moving is a good additional service for you to have, because when you don't have a truck, like I'm stuck without a truck right now. I didn't have any work. She calls up, I got work today, and then when the truck gets ready, I'll have work for her to do some removals. So, and then someone just called me today about a delivery, but I can't do it until the truck's ready. So, but it's good to have that, because like moving labor, I can do that in the car. I got a SUV, so I stick all my dollies in the back. I got my box dolly, and I brought my appliance dolly, which really helped getting a huge cabinet into her house, and then my four-wheeler, all my tools, I can put in here, and I can go do moving labor. I used to do that. That's all I used to do before I got the truck. That's what I exclusively did. I had a friend of mine and me. We would do labor jobs all day, loading trucks, loading pods, unloading U-Hauls. We were making good money back then. So it's hard work, but you don't need a truck for that. So that's less overhead using your car. But I prefer to do deliveries with a truck, and that's what I like doing, and junk removal too. This is leading to a junk removal job as well. So I'm gonna get out of here before I run out of gas. I'm all the way on the other side of town right now, and this parking lot is really busy. You gotta watch in parking lots, because I have more problems in parking lots than I do on regular roads. Let's see what we got out here. That looks like the phone took a dump. Let's see if I can get that. I don't have a stand for it. Oh well. Let's see if I can get that to work. Oh man. I don't know if this is gonna work. I wonder if I can stick a piece of something in there to hold that phone. Let me put this in. Hold it there. This is a really busy area right here. Much more busy than where I live. It's very compact too. I live in an area we have bigger streets. This is smaller streets. It's older neighborhood, so it's a little bit more difficult driving around here. A lot of hills. I used to work up here when I first moved here. I did a lot of work up here, and it snows more in here than it does down in the valley. Well, forget that. I guess that's not gonna work. See, I don't have like these fancy cameras. I just have the iPhone, and I just put it wherever I find a place to stick it, and that seemed like a good place to put it, so I could talk to the camera and drive. On the truck, what I do is I put it in the drink as a truck's easier because I have a drink holder and I just put it there. This doesn't have, well, the drink holder's down here, the camera's way down here. I tried to put it up here, but kept falling over. I tried to tape it, it didn't work. I don't have one of those phone holders. I'm too cheap. I just taped a pencil and stick it on there. Because I was getting those phone for the GPS, for when you're using GPS. Phone holders, they just kept breaking. I had the one that would go in the vents here, that broke. It was like a magnet. I had another one you stick on here. It had a suction that broke. I had one for the window, and they're expensive. So I just said forget about it. I just got some tape for this little edge here, and I taped a pencil, and I can lean the phone up in there to watch the GPS and plug it into here. Because this car is old. I don't have all those new fandangled. Now all the new cars have GPS computer screens on them. This is a 2011. It didn't have that kind of stuff back then. And my truck's even older than that. It's 2006. So I don't have any computer components in that thing. But I noticed these new vehicles, they all have computer screens, especially like the Teslas and all that. And they have driver assist and all that. So, heading on home. Beautiful day today. 45 degrees. It's kind of puffy clouds, no rain, and it's really nice. I thought it was supposed to snow today, but I guess not. So anyway, did some work today. When I get back, I got a schedule for DoorDash, so I'm doing that tonight, and I'll be doing that in the car. And then I got to get back to some of these customers, and I got to book out next week for some of those deliveries. I'm really hoping you can get that truck done on Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to bring it early on Monday so you can do the diagnostics, find out what it is, which is probably pretty easy to find out. The belt's already off. And hopefully you can do that job that day. If not, I'll have to do it the next day. And then I can have the truck back by Wednesday. And I'll have to stack up the jobs. I already told her I'd be there Wednesday, hopefully. And that's gonna be a big job. We got a refrigerator, 2 big commercial washers, maybe a cabinet and a dishwasher, and mattresses, some stuff that's gonna go to the junk haulers. But that washer and dryer is gonna be awesome. And she's giving that to me because our washer and dryer is just pretty much finished. It's on its last leg. The dryer especially. And those commercial washer and dryers, they're heavy, but they you can put several loads in there, right? Just like one load. You can put a big load in there, so it's more efficient. You can do one giant load and then you're done. Same with the dryer. It's a commercial dryer. I think it's a Maytag. I think Maytag's a decent brand. So that's okay. I'm really anxious about getting the truck back. I don't like not having it working, you know. And I thought about renting a van, and I just don't have enough jobs stacked up to do that. So I'm just gonna have to use the car to make money. And ultimately, what you want to do is have 2 trucks, or a truck and a van, or a pickup truck and a box truck, or vice versa. Because in this case, like where I'm dealing with right now, is my truck's gonna, the shop's never gonna be right on time. If you get your car, if it breaks down, I'm lucky for this mechanic to be able to work on it as soon as you can, this next week. But sometimes you gotta wait longer than that. They don't have availability. It's pretty busy. The mechanics are busy. But it's like 3 or 4 days before I have my truck back. If I had an alternative truck, had another. If I had like another pickup truck or a van, then I wouldn't be worried about not having my truck. I would just Traffic backs up right here. I would just pick up, take the other van or take the other truck. Like I watch a lot of these junk removal guys, and they have like a lot of different trucks available. Like I was watching that one guy, Ricardo from Junk Guys DFW, and he's been doing it for a long time, and he has he's got box trucks and I don't know, he's got the F1 450 or whatever they call it. He's got all kinds of trucks and trailers and available, so he doesn't have to worry about it. If one of his trucks breaks down, he just picks up the other one and goes. So that's the ultimate goal. Of course, he's been doing it a long time, and then I don't have a yard. Like I have it's just a driveway. So if I were to get another van, I would definitely have to probably, there's a storage unit not too far, and I could probably I don't know how much it costs. I think I believe it was $80 to $100. I think it's $80 a month or $100 a month. I mean, it's a little pricey to keep your truck there, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? I mean, I don't have access to. I used to have access to property in my other location at an acre, and so I could park, multiple trucks if I had them. But trucks are expensive right now. I mean, I'm looking around; they're not cheap, and vans are not. So I'm waiting. I know the prices are going to come down at some point. I mean, they can't be staying up that high forever. So yeah, I'm looking. I always look on Facebook Marketplace, and that is a hard one to get. Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or not? Yeah, mainly I look at Facebook Marketplace for cars. I haven't looked on Craigslist. I like the way Facebook Marketplace has. When you open up, it has all the images of the cars, and it's kind of laid out a little easier, like Craigslist. I mean, the last time I went on Craigslist for looking for cars and stuff and trucks, it wasn't as easy to maneuver, at least for me. So I kind of stick with Facebook Marketplace looking for cars and trucks. But I have seen some of the vans have come down. I saw a van, I saw a cargo van that was really decent GMC 3500 cargo van. The only thing I didn't like about it had windows, and I don't want windows because if I'm going to be doing moving or junk removal or hauling, I don't want to be, I want the solid sides, and I don't want any windows in the back if I can. Ultimately that'd be the best way, because then you don't worry about things smashed through windows, and they're more sturdy that way. And I would like one with which is I haven't seen one. I looked at a ProMaster before we got the SUV. Looked at a ProMaster, and they're expensive. And I asked the guy, "Do you have one that has some kind of metal barrier, or some kind of barrier in between, like the box truck has a barrier between the driver?" And he said, "Well, it's not like that. We'd have to custom build that, or custom put it together. It'd be a custom job, and it'd be expensive." So those are really expensive back then, and they're still expensive. I'm not looking for anything new, but I would like to have one where you have a barrier between the driver's and the rider's seat to the back load, so that stuff doesn't come crashing into you when you're moving. Like the U-Hauls, they have the vans. They have a barrier between, so it doesn't. You don't have to worry about that. And the ones that I saw, the one was fairly decent price. It was like $1,500. It had a lot of miles on it, but it had the windows, and I was like, yeah, I guess I could deal with that. A friend of mine had a van with windows, and we did moving jobs with it. It didn't seem to be a problem, but I'd prefer not to have the windows if I'm going to pay money. Now, $1,500, that's not much, and I don't know how it runs. Nowadays, you're lucky to get a truck or a car, or even a car or a truck, or especially a truck and a van that runs for like less than $3,000 or $4,000. I mean, some of the box trucks, if they're a couple of years old, they're going to be like $20,000, $30,000 for like a box truck like I have. Now mine, the year I have I found a box truck the same year as mine, or it was 2007, I think. Around the same miles. I mean, I actually had a lot more miles, but they wanted 6,000. So that's not too bad actually, because I bought mine for 8,000 back in 2014. So that's not too bad. 6,000. So they are coming down a bit, because I remember looking at it like about a year and a half ago, looking for box trucks like mine, and it was ridiculous for even ones as old as mine and with as many miles. They were asking for they wanted like $15,000-$18,000 for it. I think that's a little too much. I think 6,000, maybe 5,000. There was one I did see for I couldn't believe the guy was selling for $1,500. I think it was a box. Oh wait, that one had problems out. It was on the wrong motor. But I think that with there's a lot of I've been watching this, YouTube channels on finance and things that do stuff on the economy. And one of the things that I can't remember which channel talked about it, but several I did see talking about the amount of repos that are going on right now, repossessions of cars for bank loans and car loans, car notes, and that there's this huge surge of repossessions of cars. So all those cars are going to end up in auctions at some point, and when that happens, it's going to drop the price of all used cars, because it'll be supply and demand. Basic economics, supply and demand. You'll start to see prices of trucks and vans come down once all that big flush of big huge amount of cars that are coming onto the lots or into auction yards. Because I assume when they repo, not all of them, but I'm sure a big percentage of them in auctions, or they reduce the prices for them to get them off the lots. So that is pretty obvious that that'll lower the prices of all vehicles, and that means trucks and vans. And that'll be the time to look to find something, another vehicle. Of course, I don't have any money right now for that, but it's something to keep an eye on, just to for future reference. And I don't think that trucks and cars like that. It really got ridiculous in the last 3 years. The prices of used cars, it's out of control, right? They inflated so high. So I'm glad I had my box truck bought it earlier on, and before all that happened. So that's that. So yeah, having an extra. Paramedics. Must be an accident. So having that extra vehicle, especially a box truck or a van, if I get another vehicle, it's definitely going to be a cargo van, or a small box truck, or a pickup truck. One of those, because those are tools. And the thing is, they're used for making money. Like even my car, I don't take the car out. Those are making money, and it's all about like either doing deliveries or going to a moving labor job. The car is just for going to get groceries, coming home, and the truck, I never use the truck for anything but jobs. That's it. It only goes out to for work. So that's a tool, and that's why it's I count it as an asset or a tool or a business, and you can write the mileage off and all that on your taxes. So, and you can write the maintenance, like if you have maintenance, like my truck, I keep my receipts. Keep your receipts for your when you take it to the mechanic. That's one thing good about, like, I know a lot of people, they're do-it-yourself mechanics, and they'll do all their own work on their vehicles. But when it comes to business, like if you're running you have trucks for your business, in my opinion, I would just rather take it to a mechanic, and because then you can write your receipt, and you can take that receipt and whatever the costs are, and you can use it to write off on your taxes. Whereas if you did it on your own, you could write the parts off, like you can write the amount, the cost of the parts. But as far as the, I gotta get gas. But as far as the labor costs, I don't know how you would approach that for the taxes, because if you're doing the labor yourself, how do you, you know, maybe you can write that off. I don't know. If someone out there knows, I don't know. I'm not a mechanic, or I don't do my own work on like vehicles. I always take it to a mechanic, and they always give you a receipt, so you have that. You have evidence of the cost of your maintenance, your parts, and all that. And you put that in a file. I have a file for all my maintenance charges. I file for you know, I don't keep gas receipts. I don't know if anyone does that. I just take pictures of my phone of the odometer, and so I always, when I'm doing the trips, I always take pictures of the odometer, so I know the mileage, because I know on the truck is only used for business. That's it. So all the miles that go on that truck are documented on those pictures. So if I need evidence, you know, if I got audited or whatever, I don't know, something like that, I guess you have. That's why you want the receipts for your mechanic, for maintenance and mechanic work. But I guess you could keep all your gas receipts. I just don't. I don't have room for all that stuff. Time to sit there and file all those receipts. Although if you use a gas card, I guess that's the one way to do it. If you have your one card to use just for gas, that's a smart thing to do. I think a smart thing to do would be, is to have a credit card, a gas card, so that you have all the record of a business card. You know, just a card that you use business expenses. I don't have that, but I think that would be probably your best way. Would be to have one card for when you're out doing, you know, on the truck and you're doing business, and so everything that you put on that card is documented for business charges only and can be written off on your taxes. So that would be what I would do. I just don't do that right now. I have like Cash App, Venmo. I have my 2 bank cards. I don't have a business account. I'm working on possibly getting it through a credit union, because credit unions are better. And I did talk to the credit union. He said, yeah, we do offer the business accounts here. So I would do it through a credit union. We have pretty decent credit unions out here. Yeah, that's probably what I should do. And then get a credit card. Like, my credit's shot, so I don't have any credit. But if I get my credit back in order, just get a business credit card, and then just that keeps. You know, I need to get organized. I'm not an organized person. I just as far as like I'm not really all that good with paperwork. I try to document everything and as best as possible, and I got my calendars and all that set up, and I don't really, but I'm learning. I just I like working. That's I like doing, you know, the work. I don't like office work. Some people do. I just some people like working in the office. They like numbers. They like accounting. I don't. I just like doing the labor and doing the customer service. You know, talking to customers. You know, the whole thing about the job. That's what I enjoy. So that's why I'm on the truck. You know, I don't know if I could be like what I call my nickname or my term for someone who's off the trucks would be a clipboard guy. I mean, they don't do that anymore, but you know, now they have iPads or whatever they have, like tablets. Now it's all on the phone, but I just get the mail now. But clipboards, yeah, it used to be we'd have a clipboard. Like when I used to do, I drove the 48-foot trailer, or you know, the semi truck, and we would have to do inventories and all that. You know, you have to always have a clipboard, and the boss always had the clipboard. You know, doing that kind of paperwork. I'm not big into that kind of work. Looks like we're just about here. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have some lunch and then talk to some customers for next week. Book those jobs. All right, so Daryl, a 10-foot truck. Well, I'm not in the 10-foot truck. I'm in the Kia. But next time you see me on video, I'll be in the 10-foot truck, crossing my fingers, knock on plastic. Have a great day. I hope everything's going really good. Having a prosperous weekend. Have a good day. Have a great weekend. Signing out.